Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Democrats already being dissatisfied with President Joe Biden's performance. There might be an opening for the Republican Party here. There might be an opening for Trump to stage that comeback in 2024. So, I was trying to figure out what it was. 4 registered Democrats, I put this on Twitter, 4 registered Democrats. Name some things about Biden you don't like or are unhappy with. And did you know, in less than an hour, it had 300 responses. And it's stuff like, not supporting Medicare for all. I wish he was the Joe Biden from the Republican memes. Not supporting a $15 minimum wage. Not doing enough for student loan forgiveness. It's a list. It's a list. Democrats, they disagree with Joe Biden on a whole lot. See, that doesn't happen with Republicans, though. That doesn't happen with Trump. Name something you disagree with Trump about. Bet you can't. I bet you can't. You agree with everything he did, right? Makes him a better president, doesn't it? What about things he said? Agree with most of that too, right? Because let's be honest, the stuff the liberals used to make fun of him, he said it, but he was joking. And if he wasn't joking, that's not really what he meant. And if he did mean it, it's out of context. And if it is in context and what he meant, let's be honest, he's right and you're wrong. Because he's infallible. Right? It certainly seems like a lot of Trump supporters aren't really part of a political party anymore. They're part of a cult of personality. If a president like Trump, who is consistently rated as one of the worst presidents in history by subject matter experts in whatever the field being rated is, if you don't disagree with him on anything, that may be something you want to look at. The fact that you don't disagree with him on anything, at any point in time, that everything he did was right, maybe that doesn't mean that y'all share the same positions. Maybe that means that he has got you to the point where you will support anything that he does. Because you can't question dear leader, right? God, Emperor Trump, he's infallible. This is something that really needs to be examined. Because the reality is that man made a lot of mistakes. He messed up a lot of stuff. And he just said that he didn't. And people believe him because of that cult of personality. I mean, you think about it. Some of the most respected and decorated generals in the military. You have people turning their backs on them because Trump said that they weren't any good. But Trump doesn't really know a whole lot about that stuff. I mean, he does, of course, because he's infallible. There are a lot of people who really need to examine what they believe and not use the lens of what Trump believes or what he says he believes. Because what he says at rallies, what he says through his social media when he has it, it almost never lines up with his actions or his statements in private. There is a possibility, you have to entertain the possibility, that you were tricked. He's a politician. Politicians lie. We know that, right? Why is he somehow accepted from that rule? Because you bought into it. Because you fell under the spell, right? You really need to look at it. If you don't disagree with the man, if you truly see him as a savior, you really need to examine the situation a little closer. Because you may have been conned. And if you can't even entertain the possibility that you were conned, it's a guarantee that you were. Anyway, It's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.